Hey folks, let's do today's CSS Daily Target on CSSBattle.dev. Oh well, look at that. I don't know what that shape is, but let's do it. Okay. I feel like with the complex shape, we're going to go a little more conservative, where we'll do my standard blank template, which is a paragraph tag that we are going to modify. And then what does it look like? Let's take a look. Okay. So we use our margins to modify so we got our background, and I'm going to put the blue. Yeah, I'll use the blue. And I believe we were going to want a border radius of like 20 pixels, 0, 0. And then let's use margins and modify 25, 26, 27, nope, 26, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then taller, 2, 3, 2, 2, 210, 220, 230, 240. All right. Okay, so we'll use Q values and go 30, 40, 41, 42, 42 Q. Now, it's a little arguable whether we need that. So we got several parts here. The underneath part, we got a circle there at the top, radial gradient, a black one, and then a yellow one. So a circle, and we'll do at 50%, 30 pixels. I don't know what that is yet, but we'll set black. Oh, and it's 6 zeros is black, but 3 zeros is also black. And then the yellow, and then the 0. And we don't see anything yet. Why? Oh, because that's a semicolon and it should be a comma. And all right. So let's say 10 pixels. 0, 30 pixels. Where do we stand? We use the diff view to see what the difference is between what we created and what it is. All right, so we see that 10 pixels is not enough. We'll do 15, and that's a 30 pixel circle across. And then I think the 30 is correct. We just need a color stop there. It should be 25, probably. Nope. 30, 35, 30, nope, 40. There we go. All right. First thing I see, put it there, and then we'll do 50%, 20 pixels, which is slightly shorter, or minus 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, so that's our step 1. What next? All right. So that square, the square is kind of interesting. All right, the next thing we need is, what's the next thing we need? The next thing we need is, let's do the blue half circle. So the same circle again, kind of, but it's transparent in the middle to 15 pixels, and then blue. And we got to make sure to have a comma. The between, and then we need to make sure it has a height and a width. 20 pixels, so slash 100% across, and then 30 pixels tall, and then no repeat. So then we need, what, 0 is the second number here? Kind of. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Oh, and we don't quite want that, do we? Oh, we do need an at here. We need at 50%, 30 pixels, and we need a different height, 4. Can we make this work? Actually, maybe we, actually, ooh, this is interesting. We got an interesting one here. All right, revised plan. I think we need a border. So, not that none of this is good, but very little of it is good. So let's go border. Border. Now, could I make it work? Maybe. 26 solid blue. Like so. 25. All right. So we've got some of the pieces there. and it is definitely 100 minus 100, 105. Got several of the pieces, but not all of the pieces. Okay, so this height is wrong. 200. And this is, we're just going to keep having this issue because this the negative part of this. Oh, super complicated. So is it two? Does it need to be 2 elements? This is the thing I start thinking. Because we can get, so let's, okay. Border width. 25 pixels, 25 pixels, 0. Oh, and I need semicolon to really see. Okay, so that's how you get that. So if that's what I want as a start. All right, so thanks for your patience while I adjust. Okay, so that's the first part. And now here's our radial gradient sitting here. 0 minus 20 pixels. 3. So not because of the way it works. All right. That's part 1. It's kind of hilarious how much work I'm having to do here. So what have we created? We created that. That's the shape and the thing that we've created. We don't need the number here because we're already doing it again. Our border radius, do we need it? Yeah, we do. Now we need the rest of these parts. So can I use a box shadow here to simulate some of this? Can I do half of this one way and then elongate it? What are my choices? And then how do I get these squares? So let's take a look at a box shadow. Uh, 0, 30 pixels. So the answer is no. I think basically no. Box shadow is not our friend here. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to create these shapes. I'm glad I didn't go with the nested template because I think I need to create more elements. And in this case, let's make a second element. Plop, there it is. So the second element is way different. Let's give it a background of red. And no border. And border radius of 0. and a margin of 0. Or indeed a margin of -8 and 0. -18 and 0. There we go. All right. Ugh, what a pain. All right. Height 100, 20, 25, 125. No, 130. 130. Nope, 128. 127. Oh, and even worse. Hold up. So let's increase the height of this guy. 1 and 2. And that means we need to move this to pixels 6, 7. Okay. And then this height can be 6, 5. Okay, 125 is the height. So how do we create this particular shape? It is a complicated shape, is it not? Yes, it is. Let's just do, we'll just do the parts. So right now, yeah, so we're seeing that circle. Conic gradient. And we'll do the trickier parts of this first. We'll do blue, 25%, and then the black, 0, 50%, and then transparent. Like that. And then we need an at value. At 40 pixels, 100 pixels, roughly. 40, 50, 50, 55. Boom. So we've got one more little square to make. Is there a simpler way to make it? Is there a trick? Actually, so if I do, so here's what I can do. I'm going to not do transparent here, and I'm still going to do that. And then I'm going to do it at 20 pixels over. And instead of 55, 50%, I'll do 50%. And then no repeat. Okay, 20 and then 25. Oh, and then it's not 50% that I want. It's like 30 pixels. All right. And then we can do a box shadow. 0, 30 pixels. But then we have to undo it on this one. And then we have to remove that red. Lots of pieces. Oh, and then we're not quite right, are we? Not quite right. Hilarity. Hilarity ensues. Okay. This should be 25. And then we have to make this taller again. 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 90. So it's actually 90 tall? That seems weird. So that means this should be... I'm not tall enough, so this does need to be 27. And that means this center should be another pixel down, 2. All right. So many pieces. So many pieces and a lot of undoing. All right, are there improvements that we can make here? Yes. Yes, this is just one of many possible ways. And so that 600, near 600 score means, yeah, this is not very efficient. But if we variabilize things, it's not too bad. So the hack for this is I'm going to say var of --z or 90. No, that's not what I want. Actually, I do want the height. So height h of 90, and then this height is 127. Margins, I don't have a set here, so I can't do any when here. So here we're gonna do a var of -- and for nothing, and then border. We're gonna do a var. No, we want the border here. Var and for nothing or this default. And then the box shadow is a var, yeah, and for nothing or nothing. And then if I start undoing these, and then do a --n : that short circuits those variables, and it still works. And it's a little bit, it's not cleaner. So we do a var --b for the background. Usually I do g, but you know, make it fun. So var --b, and then I can do --b here. And let's submit it and make sure. Let's see if we get any better score here. We probably don't. It's okay. So again, there's something about a CSS custom variable that just setting it will subvert the values of it. Now, I think that like that will work, and then you can do more CSS attributes. But let's minify and replace this monstrosity and submit, and that's going to be our final score. This is so more about me. Solutions that are not very efficient, like this one, I will end up thinking about and dreaming about and maybe return to. I don't always do videos when I return to them, but it starts to, oh, and that's a red server error from the back end. We just resubmit, because you know, web servers get tired sometimes. And we just be hopeful that we'll get a response. That's good. And there it is. So yeah, we gained some points there with the minification. Many ways to do this. Many ways. You could do this all as individual components. If this circle and this square are roughly the same thing, you could have individually placed elements to do that. This is one where potentially you could do a clip path to do some of these. You could also start with solid blue, and then could you do this shape, radial gradient, and then constrained within a very narrow box with a placement? Maybe. Potentially. Do the bottom half of that circle, and you could maybe make it work. At any rate, it's fun to make web pages. Make a web page today. They are super fun. I attended a meeting of 32-Bit Cafe today, and it was really fun. It's like a get-together of people who make websites, and it's fun to see the young people making the websites, as I got a little gray hair, but I still like making websites too. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.